Well. Hmm. Where should we start? Good morning. All right. Let's see. Good morning. It's the 21st of July. Let's get this baby moving. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. All right. Try to bring that down. Uh, So, good morning, Lady D. How you doing? Hey, Capri Mike B. How you doing? Well, you have to add it on like it's an add-on video. You can't, unless you pay, you can't add it on your media assets, which really blows. Because I got a mess load of videos on my assets, but I have no way to extract them. So I'm gonna have to redo it. That's why I haven't made the new ones. So I can put them up there. But like I mentioned last week, checking into this other stream, one that's at half the price and more stuff. I may be going with that one. I just got to finish watching all the tutorials. So, good morning. Yep, it is currently 80 degrees, partly cloudy, but super sunny. UV is going to be really off the charts today. Probably start about 1 o'clock. So after my stream, I got to rush out and do a couple of things outside before it gets too bad. But yeah, we're going to be up to about 98. Heat index probably about 110. Yesterday was a kicker, and let's see, we got a 10% chance of rain, probably starting on Thursday. But yeah, not counting on it. Yeah, I don't even think with the humidity that's around, I'll be able to put on my tap shoes and make it rain in the state of Texas this week. So there's too much Sarah and dust all over us today. So y'all in Texas who want rain, sorry. No promises this week till that Sarah dust gets pushed off. But all right, so there's a whole lot of shaking going on. A lot of stuff went happen over the weekend. The big one is this weekend over 55, count them, 55 earthquakes happened alone in Russia. Russia. They had four strong ones, anywhere from 4.6 all the way to 7.4 in 1 hour. The 7.4 caused tsunami warnings for Hawaii, but they finally canceled those. But they did have tsunamis. There's actually video out there on YouTube, TikTok, and other places where they actually saw the tsunami, but didn't make it all the way to Hawaii. So thank goodness on that part. So I'd like to take a 20-second moment of silence, or seconds of silence. If you haven't watched Lady D's one of her latest, greatest garden episodes. She lost some plants, y'all. She lost a big beef tomato. She lost a jalapeno, and I can't even remember the other ones. But and yeah. Long live the jalapeno. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, there you go. Now you got your 20 seconds. I'm glad y'all are. Yeah, your basil plants. Yeah, I think you dropped the seeds in, but yeah. Well, maybe you germinated them with the wrong germs. So yeah, but I don't know. So that is amazing though. Over 55. I stopped counting after 55, so it's probably more by now. And Alaska had a couple. Uh, I'm thinking Alaska had probably about 20 or so already. And yeah, a lot of places around the Ring of Fire have been having them. Yellowstone's been having them. I'm not trying to clickbait or scare anybody, but Bumbuddy to California. Yep. See ya. Sorry, Mr. Trump. No Alcatraz this year. Yeah. Might have to build it somewhere else. Yeah. All that suckers. It's going to drop this year. Before 2025, I really think majority of California is going to sink in. Well, at least the southern half. I don't know about the northern half yet. Just depends if Seattle's volcano decides to blow. So, yeah. You know, all those climate changes, people are still freaking trying to harp on the matter. And it's like, no, it has nothing to do with fossil fuels. Think about it. It's the sun, it's the heat that's hitting the freaking core, making that lava move. Oh no, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between winter squash and your regular zucchini. Well, I think you need to learn. You need to get some and make the squash and zucchini kimchi. Is that thing? I know the zucchini. I don't know if the zucchini's a squash. It'll all taste the same, nice and spicy. Keep the mosquitoes away. Yeah, Alaska. Not only they've been having a lot of earthquakes there too, but also the volcanoes have been smoking a little bit. I don't know what they've been smoking, but yeah, getting to that point. I did send out a link to a special guest. I don't know if the person's going to be here today or not, but I am going to give you a warning. It's coming from futurism.com. A popular sugar substitute marketed to diabetics is now being linked to stroke, heart attack, and brain cell damage. And I'll go as far as I don't know. I haven't read the article yet, but everything else I have read on the sugar substitutes, which are all bad for you, it's just better to have no sugar or just have a light amount of sugar. But talk to your medical professionals, preferably your nutritionist. Unsure if they have a PhD, but hopefully if they do, you'll get the right information because that brain cell damage will cause dementia too. Because I have read some things about that substitute sugar. Yeah. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, the next big news next to that wasn't the recalls, even though there was quite a few recalls, mostly with Audi and or Aldi and Walmart this weekend. You can check out the FDA website to find out what the recalls were, because there are too many of them this weekend that I could even list them down. But yeah, the big thing is a certain administrative person, a female, leaked out some stuff. I believe her name was Chelsea Gabbard, as reported in all mainstream medias. And yeah, about the overthrow by the Obama, the Clinton, and other people. And there was a report this morning from one of the mainstream medias that, yeah, Trump was calling for the neat apprehension of Obama. If all this turns out to be true, of course, you got to show the evidence. They got to do the investigation, and 6 years later and 30 days, we may find out what's going on. Yeah, never know. But, hey, another big thing, story number 3 that broke out, they did come out with, back in 1971, Jim Morrison passed away. And the way he passed away and everything else was all supposedly covered up with all the stories and all that. This weekend, they found out, guess what? Dun, dun, dun. It was a cover-up. Yeah. And you start looking into the stuff, do your own research on there, find out that rabbit hole, but you know what? It wasn't what they said in all their books and all their movies and all that. There's something secret going on, and Jim Morrison was not, I don't believe he was a drug craze overdose on his own, like they tried saying. Yeah. So check out that story and find out more on there. So this weekend, Coca-Cola will announce by the end of the month they'll be closing 3 factories in the U.S. And I believe I mentioned that on Friday also that they can get subsidiaries to package the stuff. Gonna let you know, even though the Mexican Coca-Cola did taste better, don't trust it at this point. Nope. Okay, here's your first recall of the day. This is being posted by USDA Today or USToday.com. Millions of swimming pools recalled following the death of 9 children. Dun, dun, dun. Took 9 children for them to actually initiate the recall, huh? Yeah, go check out USToday.com. I'm not sure if that'd be on the USDA website since it's not food, but yeah, USDA's got a picture, possibly a video on it. It's these big, it's not, don't worry, it's not those inflatable little plastic puppy pools. These are the big ones that take up quite a bit of your yard and kill the grass underneath. And, you're putting like 500 gallons of water in them and stuff. Yeah. All right. A New York Post is posted 1 hour ago. Tom Troop, Star Trek and Mission Impossible actor, has passed away. He's dead at 97. You want more of the information on the story? Go check out NewYorkPost.com. Here's a story. It's a week old. Here's one I will mention because there's quite a few people that take medications. MoneyTalksNews.com, and I've seen another ones too, but I got the MoneyTalksNews.com article in front of me. Coffee lovers beware. 7 medications that don't mix with your morning brew. Dun, dun, dun. And while you're checking that one out, check out the medications you're taking that don't mix with vitamin D also. Vitamin D is becoming an epidemic in the U.S. as a lot of people aren't going outside and sucking up the natural D, let alone they're taking the supplements, and it doesn't mix with other medicines they may be taking at the time. That's why I stopped going to my regular doctor on my medications. He prescribes something. I make sure the pharmacist gets it, and then the pharmacist evaluates the tox speed, warning signs, everything else before I even take the medications. Of course, the doctor doesn't like that, but hey, I don't want to collapse because some medicines will make you you'll lose your balance and fall right on the ground. You don't need that, especially if you're climbing a 30-foot ladder to do some work. Okay, Associated Press has posted 3 days ago, but I'm going to mention it because it mentions the president and it mentions Coke. Trump just said that Coke will shift to cane sugar, but increasingly shoppers want no sugar in their sodas. Well, they there's too many people out there who still think diet drinks are good for you. They're worse than the sugar drinks. You know, stop drinking the diet drinks because you know what? As much salt that you got in there, that's what's causing your high blood pressure. Don't believe me? Go ask your doctor. Ask a PhD. Okay, number 5. Hey, did you see the astronomer CEO? This is being reported by CNN.com. Yeah, astronomer CEO went to a Coldplay concert with his date, but it was his date and not his wife. His wife caught it because, the incident went viral at a Coldplay concert, a kissing cam, and the wife saw it. Dun, dun, dun. So the astronomer CEO has resigned. More to come later on that story, I'm pretty sure. And of course, Time.com is reporting that Trump envisions jailing Obama. We covered that story, but go check out Time.com for more of the story. Okay, Suggest.com is saying that Outback Steakhouse bankruptcy and recent struggles are being explained, and they explain them in their story. So go check out Suggestion.com or Suggest.com for the rest of the story. But, I really didn't like the way when I used to go to Outback, I didn't like the way they made their freaking baked potatoes, let alone their steaks. I always asked for medium well, too well, and they'd always bring me something that, 20 seconds on the freaking grill and it's still bleeding. I'm like, that's not medium well to well. Hello. Only thing they really enjoyed was the blooming onion, and for some reason, the last time I went was like 3 months ago. That blooming onion looked like a garlic clove. Yeah. Talk about inflation. Wow. All right, I'm gonna stop the scrolling thing and check out some of this other stuff. See what I'm missing in chat. Yeah, Lady D, everybody's internet's been jacked up. Lady D's running copyright now. Uh-oh. Hey, good morning, Rubberneck. Welcome to the show. Yeah, the aspartame is one of the bad ones, but all the other sugar substitutes are bad also. Yeah, I used to go for a sweet tea and a blooming onion when I used to, but after I got that one that looked like a garlic clove, nope, never. Yeah, Rubberneck, I agree. You never send food back because you don't know what they're doing to it. Yeah. Somehow or another, you get gravy put on your steak when you didn't even ask for gravy. Yeah, they're covering up something. Yeah, don't eat it. Yeah, and the sad part is, yeah, they used to be huge onions. They still sell those huge onions. You go look on YouTube, you can find a couple of recipes on how to make them at home. It's probably a whole lot better for you. It probably wouldn't be 100% taste like the ones they had there, but that's only because of the spices. But it's hit and miss like any recipe. You'll find it and you'll go from there. Reverend X says, I saw the movie Waiting. Waiting? Is that a movie? Dun, dun, dun. I think that's how 28 years later occurred. Everybody was drinking that aspartame diet soda. Oh, is that what they called? I don't know. I didn't know they had specific names for the onions that are that huge. Me, I'd be like, yeah, that's a little Joe onion, you know, because it's so huge. But and then it's like Robin Hood. What was it? Little John. Yeah, same thing. Trying to be facetious. I don't know. Oh, let's see. What did I watch this weekend? Not much. I started rewatching the series, The Pacific. It's a really good war movie. It's only like 6 to 8 episodes. I think it's six, but it might be eight. I don't know. I haven't finished watching it again. It's been a long time. That's a really good war series about World War II. And see what else. I watched Ziam again. That's on Netflix. ZIAM. It's a zombie slash love story type thing. Boyfriend, girlfriend. She's a doctor. He's a handyman by trade. Zombie apocalypse breaks out, and he has to go sleep. Yeah, Lady D was sleeping all weekend. She had a tummy ache or something like that. Dun dun dun. That's because she didn't have enough jalapenos. Rubberneck is saying, waiting movie about workers at a restaurant called. Oh, I remember Shenanigans. We used to have Shenanigans. They closed it. Yeah, is that the one with Deadpool? I can't remember what's that actor's name from Deadpool? Yeah, I like that movie. And there's a couple others I watched. I can't think of the names of them right now. So on that point, I'm going back to the news. There's got to be another recall outside swimming pools. Come on now. So Harvard University is suing the Trump administration. Needless to say, as a private institution that's all liberal, they don't need taxpayer funding. If any way they get the crooked judge to side with Harvard, I say every taxpayer needs to turn around, do their individual suit against Harvard Law School, whether it be race, financial ability, or anything else. Sue the crap out of Harvard. Close them. Get them out of the fucking country. Excuse my French, but Harvard's like cabbage. They don't bring anything. Obama went there and he thought he was a constitutionalist. Yeah, he didn't learn shit. He learned how to read and spell the Constitution on the front cover, but he didn't know anything else. Just like all the freaking judges that are there, they're crooked that went there. Think about it. And in Fortune magazine, at fortune.com, they got the story of In and Out billionaire heiress is quitting California because it's too difficult to raise kids and do business. Come on, I guarantee it has to do with the taxes and you can't afford the house and everything else there. And you're an heiress. You're a billionaire heiress and you can't even afford it in California. That should tell freaking Democrats something more. Okay, and this goes with the Coke story, aspartame in your diet drinks. Go to mymocktailforest.com, mymocktailforest.com. The headline clickbait is 13 better beverages to help you quit soda. Yeah, I bet milk's not on there. Coffee probably is. Let's see. NASDAQ is up. I'm pretty sure all the other ones are going to be up too. I haven't checked the price of silver, gold, and platinum, but I'm pretty sure they're doing good too. Hey, B and J Little Farm, how you doing? Think about it. Think about what? And yes, Mike B, thank you. Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, thank you. That, yeah. That was a good movie, though. I did see a story, though, watching YouTube. Sometimes you can learn stuff. And I want to see how YouTube does this one because they interviewed Cheech and Chong. And we know neither one has a PhD. And yeah, and they talked about their movie. And remember when they went to the driver's license office? Yeah, and that girl that was in there. According to Cheech Martin, that female, when they try to show the boobs and stuff, supposedly wasn't actually a dude. It wasn't a female. So for years, over 20 years, 30 years, something like that, everybody thought that DMV worker was a lady and it was a dude. Yeah. Well, B&J's been pretty busy on the farm lately. I don't know how. I haven't seen any videos on how her renovation of the house been going, but I know she's been working. Her husband working on the outside because this is the time for it. You got to get it all on the ground so it can come up. Last couple I saw was about a month ago, I think. I don't know. I got notifications on there. I don't get streams, but I know you don't go live very much. And yeah, busy, busy. The ones where you had toys for the cows. She's got cows. How's that lady in the back seat of the pickup in the movie Twister say? We got cows. Yeah. Luckily, those cows aren't flying. Oh, heads up. Yeah, exactly. Everything is so much more. But sometimes you can find, I don't know, sometimes you can find real deals places, but it's few and far between. You got to jump on it. I'm not talking about marketplace either. I'm talking about uh, we got a place called Restore here at Lowe's, Home Depot, and other manufacturers around the city. When they have overabundance and they can't sell, they turn around and donate it to the Restore. It's a community store that sells stuff for half the cost or less. So you could do projects at home. So check out Restore. I'm probably sounding wrong. See if you got something like that. Buy you. It'll definitely cheaper. Not as cheap as going dumpster diving. I haven't full fledged gone dumpster diving yet, but I've been slowly but surely getting back into the scrap. So I'll be doing that more often again. Yeah. And get ready for the heat because the heat is coming. And my buddy at his weather channel, yeah, he's saying La Nina's coming. It's going to be for the fall and the winter. I haven't looked at the numbers and looked over his stuff, but I tend to believe he's usually about 60 to 70% correct on his stuff. So I'll go ahead and put it out there because he does have a PhD in weather, and yeah, and La Nina's coming back. Good luck. Yeah, we have Habitat for Humanity here too, but they don't drop the prices and all that like the Restore here does. So plus a lot of our stuff has gone south to help the flood victims in San Angelo and Kerrville right now. So yeah, prices gotten pretty much. And let's see. Oh yeah, 6 o'clock this morning when I went out to Walgreens to go pick up a couple of things real quick before the traffic. Gas is at 2.59 for regular unleaded. Don't ask me on how much diesel is, but I know it's probably about 3.30. Yeah, sometimes if you know a house is going to be knocked down, you might be able to talk to some of the construction people that are going to tear it down and see if you can go in there and do some stuff. Like you need sheetrock. You know how much sheetrock you need and the size. You can go in there with the Awzall and cut it down. Yeah, and fix it up after you put it up. And sometimes they don't charge you because you're doing away with the stuff for them. Yeah. Reverend says she paid $309. Was that unleaded or diesel? It sounds like that's probably unleaded, but I don't know. So, did you hear the story about the Mexican cartels? Yeah. You know, when they're talking about a month ago, they had the illegals and the cartels kind of hanging out at the water sewer systems by the border. Well, they got in and they tunneled. In the last since January, they've tunneled through those systems, and they've done a tunnel all the way. Well, the map they showed, I don't know how true it is. I want to see the Dallas people. Supposedly, they got a tunnel all the way to Dallas. Supposedly, and they used the sewer lines and all that. Like, yeah. Oh, just regular unleaded. Yep. Good morning, Sherman. B's here, and don't know if she's still getting rain or not. I didn't look at any of the weather this morning, but I just listened to her when I was driving to Walgreens and back again. And yeah, yeah, they showed a little bit on one of the films how elaborate. What do you call it? The tunnel was. They drive motorcycles through there. Oh, they probably the size of the tunnel. They probably were drive a golf cart. They probably take the top off the golf cart, but they could pull a little trailer with people in it while they drive the golf cart, go through the tunnels. That's how big they made them. Yeah. Yep, and the same people that include the cartel have been hacking into the fuel lines coming from America or from Mexico going to America, and they've been siphoning all the fuel. That's led to higher prices. Yeah, B Charmer saw one of the videos, and she says that tunnel was massive. Yeah, but until I see it actually coming out on Dallas's side, I don't believe they made it all the way to Dallas. San Antonio, maybe it's only a couple hours away, but to make it that long, that far, that would take more than. Well, it's January. They'd have to have one of those beef BP earth machines freaking boring the hole through there in order to get done. They said it only started in January. But yeah, that's why I was always a strong believer that they needed to dig a big giant trench of the Gulf of America and put alligators in it for one, then put spikes that go down about half a mile. Yeah, and then landmine like a quarter of a mile of the freaking property from the fence to the U.S. And then, yeah, go ahead, dig. You ain't gonna make it. And if you try to run across, boom, hey, make it look like the DMZ. It works. How many people a year freaking running through the fields in North Korea trying to make it to South Korea when they're defective? Think about it. So, Nancy, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, earthquakes. Everybody has their thing that it's this, it's that, it's that. No, I'm going to tell you right now. You go if you ain't got one of these in your home, you go to the bookstore, probably a Christian bookstore, and get a book called the Bible. Go to Revelations. It's going to tell you in there we're getting close. I'm not saying the end times are here or just around the corner, because none of us know that, only Heavenly Father. But you know what? It's going to tell you. Stuff's going to be rocking and rolling. Yeah, things are changing. Is it the Earth cycle or is it God? Could be both. But it ain't man and fossil fuels. No, 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 no. So, yeah, and if you look at it, as you know, I keep track of this, the sun and the moon's really been off track because we've been killed. It's been really hot because the sun's been throwing stuff. I believe we're really close to the sun, almost to the closest point of the sun right now. And if this world was flat, yeah, the equator would be all burnt by now. As hot as it's getting. Yeah, think about it. But and if you don't believe that, go check out a YouTube video. Type in Vegas floods, July 2025, and check out the flooding in Vegas. And I'm switching over to floods here for a minute because God said He wasn't going to flood the earth like He did already once before. And I don't think that's what's happening, and all the scientists and all that don't believe in God are trying to say, "Oh, man's going to melt it." It's not God, but the whole earth is going to flood. No, it's not. Okay. You don't need to build an ark. All right. But I'm going to tell you a couple of things. They have that, what they call that tropical wave that usually hits the West Coast. Well, it's shifted a little bit. The western edge was Vegas, and it went to Arizona and a little bit of New Mexico with all the tropical rain and all that. And yeah, Rubberneck, he did say a third of the world had fled, but if you actually look at it, when you look at the numbers of the third of the ships are going to be destroyed. Third of the people are going to die from tainted water. A third of the world is going to flood. So where's the asteroid at? You know which one I'm talking about. That big old giant rock that's going to come down and hit, cause a tsunami, flood a third of the world. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That one's going to make the water bitter. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, remember they tell you don't look up and be like the ones because they say the things that old men see coming will make them fall down and their hearts fail. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, Wormwood or Rubberneck would say, "Worm word." I know it's a spell check thing. Yeah, that's okay. It happens. You're probably on a phone. It happens, and that's the only reason I bring it up there. I like to see who knows what they can follow what I'm talking about and all that. I really do know the names and all that, but I just wanted to see because it's good to know. And sometimes it's good. I mean, I'm not pushing it saying you should have a relationship with Jesus Christ. He should be your Lord and Savior. And yeah, remember, there's still God. He's still ultimately in charge. He didn't hand over the reins to Jesus to completely control it because it even has it in the Bible. Jesus is sitting at the right hand of the Father running things right now, but God's still telling him what to do. And then God's the one that's going to give him the freaking scroll and send his ass down here to freaking whoop ass on all the demons and the devil. So think about it. But either way, yep, and that's a good thing. At least you're familiar with it. A lot of people out there now that have gone away from God, especially in our country here. Uh, I forgot what they said about 65% of the populace stopped going to church. Well, I'm not going to rag on people for that because that's journalists and all that other stuff. I don't think there's many journalists out there, especially on mainstream media, that even go to church, let alone have been in a church, But first, you need to have that relationship with Jesus Christ and the Father, then get in the Word, and then you go where it needs to go at that point. I went to private school. I went to a lot of these churches and all this other stuff. And what I've learned through my experience, and this is only me because of all my experiences, it's easier to just get with people like we're doing now and talk about it. I mean, yeah, they got churches that I used to go to Bible study on Wednesday nights, but it got so some people were just wanting to get political. They couldn't see nobody else's view of what things were, and I was one of those that just stay quiet until they forced the issue and made me talk. And the first person that ever did that was the pastor. Never get trust in God to freaking try to back him in a corner in front of a congregation and say my word, because if the pastor's wrong, I'm calling him straight out. And I'll tell him exactly where in the Bible where he's wrong. And I did that. He'll say I'm not welcome back to that church. So that basically ruined it right there. But, if a church, if the pastor can't freaking take criticism and get corrected and understand that we're all here to help each other, and pastors are only human, they're not better than us. They put on their panties and their, water waiters and all that other stuff the same way. Sometimes they make mistakes, and that's acceptable, but they got to accept when they're getting corrected. And that's part of the church's problem. A lot of them can't take correction. They either are right and you're wrong, or not. They try to treat you that you're the only sinners. Now, pastors are sinners too. Do I need to mention a lot of freaking history from all the churches? No, I don't. Y'all are smart enough to know all that. And welcome back, Lady D. Yeah, that's why they wouldn't elect me as Pope this last time. I've re-virginized myself and stayed away from a lot of things. And I was up there in the top 20, but they said no Texan can become Pope. I think it's kind of jacked up. Then they even pulled the one that you got to be this tall to freaking enjoy the ride. Yeah, so I didn't go to the celebratory dinner that I wasn't invited to because, I would have punked out the Pope there too. Yeah. Hey, sometimes you just got to break the grain and go off the mold. And my biggest and best and brightest argument is anybody that's super religious that thinks they're better than everybody else and their stuff doesn't stink. As like, oh, so you're the one that bought the rest of the good place for the stick up little pots, and we know where you stick them up at, because yeah. And I says, if you're going to criticize me, God made me. If you got a problem with it, talk to the manufacturer. Don't talk to the product. Enough said. Ooh, they don't like that when they hear that one. All right, B&J, you have a good one. And in a moment, I'll go ahead and put your link to your channel up. So we can go check you out again. It's nice to see that you're doing okay. I'm glad you're here. And I have to admit, I got to go watch the Birthday Boys channel. I missed it last night. I know 10 TV was on there. Cola, Yorga, I think AB made it appearance, and a couple others. But yeah, Craig the Hunters had the stream last night, and I got to watch it today. I went over there and just looked at the panel real quick. I flipped through it, but I wanted to listen to the show next too. You stay good, BJ, and watch the heat. Hydrate. B Charming, are you leaving too? Or you just saying later? Yep, Jeff B made it appears too. That's right, Rubberneck. You were probably there. I couldn't bring up chat when I was glancing at it. So, but it looked like it was an interesting show, so I'm going to go to it. No, you're not going? Okay. Well, that's good. So how's the loofah business, B Charming? while I'm waiting for that, I'll try to bring up B&J's link to put it up there so y'all can check it out if you don't know who she is, or they are, should I say, and check it out, Little Farm. Yeah, they have come a long way, and they're still going even more. So, just grabbing the link real quick. So, how's it in your area? Is it hot? Now I'm checking to see I'm subscribed. My notifications are on, and I don't get it when she gets dropped. The only thing I'm getting is her shorts. When she does her shorts, and it gets as a suggested video, which I don't understand on that one. I'm asking to be notified. Why is it being suggested? All right, let me put this on the YouTube channel side. And okay, this link is for B&J's Little Farm, in case you not subscribed or haven't checked her out and want to know a little bit more about it. Check out a couple. Check out her shorts. You'll enjoy them. And let me clear that off and come back over here. As hell, huh? What's got B Charming stuck in a spur? I'm the one that should be, yeah. I got wasps trying to freaking do a little nest in my front door again, so I'm gonna have to freaking take care of them. No, I think it was a way of God telling me that because I went over to my son's this week to take care of their dogs while he was working, and man, discovered that he's got like 4 or 5 hives growing in moderation there. So I think the little one in the front is the one telling me, yeah, I need to get my equipment and take mine down and take it over to my sons to take care of theirs. So if you ever wondered what was the actual difference between Diet Coke and Coke, go to the takeout.com, They got the whole story. What's the difference? I guarantee you it's sugar versus fake sugar and, yeah, a lot of salt. Okay, this is coming from Caters Clips, CATERS Clips.com. They got a video. It's called Hawaii Volcanic Crater Collapses Beneath Tourists. So, their volcano that has been spilling up lava a lot. Yeah, I guess the crater collapsed when tourists were around. So, it's not saying, I don't know if there's injuries or not. But that just got posted an hour ago, so they probably rushed to put it up there. And if you ever sat, wondering while the commercials are going through on YouTube and waiting for your show to start and stuff, you ever sat there and wondered, why are people so fat? No. Okay, calm down. I'm not body shaming. If you want to be huge, you want to be an Oprah, yeah, that's up to you. But go check out foxnews.com. They posted 3 days ago where they had a study revealing the primary cause of obesity. And it's not lack of exercise. Yeah, it's called using a double-whited shovel and putting all the crap in your freaking mouth. I didn't read the story, but I almost guarantee you, because there's people out there of all ages that can eat a whole pizza and not gain 1 pound, and if they do, they poop it out within a week. Yeah. That's why I always tell you, the experts, YouTube requires, you know, only listen to people with PhDs. Well, I got a PhD in life and I studied a lot of this stuff. And, you got to listen to your body, period. Just your body. Ask Lady D. She had to listen to her body this weekend. And that's the best thing. There ain't no doctor to tell you what's wrong because you have to go to the doctors. They got to ask you all these questions so you can tell them what's wrong. So you already know when you're going to the doctor, supposedly has a PhD, what the problem is, so you just give you something for it. Well, we just slow down a little bit, listen to your body, check the warning signs. You probably solve a lot of problems and I have to go sit for an hour and a half past your appointment time and then get put in a room, wait another 30 minutes, and then finally get seen by a doctor who doesn't take his face off the screen. No, don't believe me? When's the last time you went to the doctors and didn't have to wait? Yeah. So Metro.com is reporting, you get a load of this. When Russia had 55 earthquakes. In July alone, Seattle's volcano has had 300 earthquakes, all ranked from under a 1 point up to, I think it was a 3.8, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So what's that telling you? Your family's hyper again. Uh-huh. Well, if I had the clip about Batman, I'd say someone's in need of an enema. Boy. See, Mike B's reporting 74 right now. It's going to be a high of 90s later this week. We'll enjoy it because, yeah. All hell's breaking loose. I think that's Kiss. I don't remember. Somebody sang it. It's what's going on around the world. I keep seeing that, yeah. Supposedly Trump accepted a bargain with Putin. I don't know why he keeps doing that. He'd be like, no. Actions speak louder than words, mother. Sorry about the French, but, as bad as Putin has lied since the very beginning. You go, here's a rabbit hole you need to go check out if your memory's not that great. Remember when all this crap started? He first was moving troops to the border, and he was like, yeah, we're just doing an exercise. And then he invaded, and he says, yeah, we're doing it because Ukraine's acting like a bunch of Nazis. Well, if you know any history about the Germany and the Nazism of Hitler, wasn't Hitler the one that was invading all the countries? Sort of like what Putin's doing. So is Putin trying to be the modern day Hitler? Is he trying to make himself the third demigod or antichrist? That's not how it works at Putin. Yeah, last time I looked, it wasn't a bear. The bear's involved in the end days, but yeah, the leader is not the antichrist. So think about it. Yeah. And Poland is revving up in defense and all that, along with a couple other countries. And even though they belong to NATO, they're doing their own thing. And Poland especially needs to because, they are blocking the way for Russia to go certain places. And Putin doesn't like that. Wah! Well, yeah, I won't say she gave up. She just had to concentrate on everything that was going on in life. She was stressing so much, and it was affecting the whole family. And she finally realized that a lot of people telling her. take a sabbatical. Yeah. Real life takes precedence over YouTube. Not that we didn't want to see her, because we did love join her shows or talks and all that. But hey, sometimes you know you got to feed the animals before the animals come and feed on you. Think about it. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, she's still she took a break, and she is now going at her own pace with life taking precedence over YouTube. She still does YouTube more shorts than anything else, but every once in a while she'll drop in and do a morning show while she's cooking or something. But yeah, there's just too much to do on a farm, and that's a lot of things that a lot of people realize. They want to bug out, they want to get property, they're going to do their own crops. That takes a lot of freaking time. Yeah, look at some of her old shows, how she did her garden, or her plantation garden, should I say? Because I mean, it's not big like a couple of other channels, but it's pretty big. It ain't just a couple of flower pots. But and oh man, who else? Freaking somebody else has been backing away quite a bit, but they still do shorts every once in a while, especially with the horses. But I can't think of it right now. I haven't watched her stuff since last week. Matter of fact, after the stream last week, I watched a couple of her shorts just to catch up, but I can't think of it right now. And I feel bad. Yeah. What I'm trying to see. Yeah, I spent yesterday about an hour fixing up the homemade weed killer and sent it over to my sons. And why did it take so long? It was a lot that I made for him. He's trying to make a walkway, and he's got a lot of weeds to kill. Oh, there you go. Moonlight Gypsy. There you go. Yeah, she's sort of been doing the grandma mama thing more than anything else, and taking care of the horses that she's adopted. Yeah. They'll see some of the crew that was back then, because they've taken a break from a lot of things. Real life is taking over. Yeah. When I talked to 10 after the stream on Friday, we only going to talk for like 3-4 minutes. We ended up talking for about an hour and a half. Yeah, the internet is freaking nutso. That's what happens. That's why I switched over. If I lose all power, I could crank up my generator, attach my modem to the generator, and I'll still get the internet. Unless all the satellites get taken out, and then, of course, yeah, I'll lose internet at that point. Then I'll just have to go to my base station walkie talkies. Oh, Lady D, it's not only yours, it's everybody's. I really think it's China trying to affect it. A lot of stuff China's trying to do right now, and they don't like it. And the last week, people on YouTube, the clickbaiters, are trying to report that China was massing over to Taiwan and taking over everything, and the U.S. wouldn't be able to respond. Don't they understand what we already have over there in the region? There's a plan in place, and all these clickbaiters, yeah, they need to. You could definitely tell they're clickbaiters because they don't know nothing about maneuvers, military, anything else. And yeah. Oh, I wish you could remember that YouTuber I watched. He actually broke down the defense of Russia and how they're going to fail if they try to expand on what they've done. I mean, he breaks open every weak point from a military perspective. I'm like, yeah, yeah. So, but let me check out the news. I got two little notifications here. Let's see. Okay, getting reports that at least 19 were killed as Bangladesh Air Force plane crashes to college campus. This is about 3 hours ago, being reported by Reuters. So I'm guessing the people who died, besides the original, they only had one, and now they got 19. So expecting the pilot on the Air Force plane has passed away, and 18 people on the college campus too. Okay, you like your cookies? I like my cookies. Go check out allrecipes.com. Pillsbury is bringing back the cookie bans are petitioning to make permanent. So they're bringing back something. Don't know what it is. Okay, I'm pretty sure this plane they're showing is, I don't know if they even use that plane anymore or not. It's probably in history, but check out fascinatinghorror.com. They posted an hour ago the Grand Canyon midair collision, 128 lives lost. And they're showing a DC 7 mainliner from United. I'm pretty sure it's a history one because it'd be all over the internet if it actually occurred within an hour ago. Uh, oh, the feds, that's CBS News reporting on the pool recall. The feds have recalled 5 million pools linked to drowning deaths of 9 children. You know, these pools, the pictures about 3.5 feet up in the air, maybe 4 feet. I can understand the kids drowning, but as a parent, you don't leave your kids in the pool, not even for a minute. You don't turn your head to freaking grab your beer or grab your phone. You know, is it the pool's fault or is it the parents' fault? Yeah, think about it. Hmm. All right. I'm trying to see what else is going on. Okay, MoneyTalksNews.com is saying sugary drinks linked to millions of new diabetes, heart disease cases annually. Is it because of the aspartame or the other stuff instead of them using real sugars? What makes it new? The way they wrote it is not making this new cases. They're saying it's a new type of diabetes and heart disease. Hmm. Yeah, we're supposed to trust them. Yeah, because they're journalists. They know what they're writing about, but they don't know how to write it. Okay, and then there's Stephanie on the recalls. So just checking. So let me see. Yeah, No, it wasn't Inside Rush. I don't remember the name. It was a YouTuber guy's name, but he was really into it. He might have been a boomer, but I don't think he was a boomer. He was a Gen Xer, I believe. You could tell he had a military background too. Yep, Rubberneck, I understand. And a lot of people don't understand sometimes too. If the water's low and you don't know it, or it could be, it could be 40 feet deep, but there's a big tree underneath there, or a big giant freaking boulder they don't know about. When they dive in there, bam, they hit it. Or it could be a car. Yeah. They go down there, hit it, and knock them, out, and yeah, they drown. That's why it's not good to dive off a boat. The best thing to do is use the ladder, go down on your feet, and then start swimming. Da, da. Yeah. I can't remember the movies, but they made like two different movies. But there was a serial killer, and he used to catch people, and then he'd freaking put them in cement blocks or in chains, and then throw them in the lake. And of course they drown. He was making like a museum underneath the lake with all the bodies. I can't remember the name of that movie. I'm gonna have to Google it and try to find it, rewatch it again. But for the longest time, I wouldn't go in the lake. I didn't want to go down scuba diving and turn around and find people chained. That'd be like my worst fear thing. I mean, the movie Piranha came out with I don't know how many freaking carbon copies of it, and that didn't scare me any. B Charmer says BA equals BA. Okay. Peer. Well, hopefully, if they're at the lagoon, they enjoy it and then get back before the storms come in. I was thinking this morning, I made egg and cheese tacos for breakfast this morning, and they were pretty good. I hadn't had eggs in a while, and I had a new package of cheese I needed to use, and yeah, and yeah. Um, I was thinking, I should make pancakes. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to make pancakes. Well, I'm going to bake some pancakes like a Chef Kicker had showed me way back when, and that way I can have some to freeze some, and I don't have to worry about most of it. Speaking of drownings, I guess they finally convicted that one lady. I don't know, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, somewhere up there. The paddleboarder. I guess she killed another paddleboarder or something. I guess they convicted her of murder now. So yeah, there's more to the story that they're letting on to on that one. And if you're really tired of stupid people, I say avoid TikTok. I mean, TikTok little shorts are still coming over on YouTube, unfortunately, and I try to screen through the shorts on those. But there's a lot of stupid people, especially the politicians, mayors, like LA, Minnesota, Chicago. Did I name mention more cities? Yeah. They really think that they're doing a service, a public service for their constituents. They're illegals. I think it's time to freaking bust in on them at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and freaking have the FBI start freaking raiding them and broadcast live on CNN, NBC, and all those, and throw their ass in jail. Yeah. Hey, Vicky Bunnell, good to see you. Long time no see. Yes, I miss Shift too. That's part of the reason why I was talking to Tin for as long as we talked about that and some other things. And in the future, I'm going to try to start getting Tin TV with try to get her up on the show. Trying to get her. She's trying to adjust to daytime versus that, and told her she's more than welcome to. She's very knowledgeable. So, and then if I can get her over here and all that, then yeah, then we'll get a routine going when she can and when she can't. I know she had a late night last night for Craig the Hunter, so I didn't figure she would be able to make it. But it would have been nice if she could. But she's taking care of mom. I think she's still in the hospice situation. So, but her hands are full. That's why she's not really done much with her channel lately. But we'll see what the future holds. Yeah, she's still at her mom's. She'll be there probably for another month or so. And then she'll shift to go home. She's got to take care of hubby in the house too. And of course, her baby's there. Can't forget about her granddaughter too. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. Is like Tim says, you got to, you got to take care of your mom and dad, even if they pissed you off when you were young. You still got to honor them no matter what. Right or wrong, you still got to honor them because at the end of the day, when you go up to meet the Holy Father, you're the one that has to answer. Did you honor your mom and dad, or didn't you? So, yeah, she's gone through a tough one. And I try to explain to her too, why I didn't explain too much. She kind of knew already with Ship because I talked to Ship about it a lot. When trying to take care of my mom until they finally, before she passed and all that. I was trying to help my sister out and it's just too hard. I had a household over here and my kids, and I'm only 4 hours away, but I see Tin as the same situation. She's a little bit further away, but the only advantage I had is I didn't have no pets at home. But it was kind of hard, and then trying to explain to my sister that the one thing I will not do is when helping with my mom was help her with showers and stuff. That's just one thing. And the moral that I grew up, I knew she needed assistance and stuff, but I told her either we can hire a nurse to come help her get showers, or she needed to do it, and she decided she wanted to do it. So she used to complain. She lived in one part of town, and my mom lived in another, and it was just traffic. But it's like, hey, you think it's so easy, but when you're the opposite sex and it's your mom, I'm not saying anything weird about it, but it's still out of respect. Yeah, you heard about the story about Noah, how true it is or not. His sons saw him naked and all the other stuff that went on. It goes along with that. You don't see your parents naked. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. She's still got to take care of herself too. Yep, I'm still watching Craig. Don't because he's funny. He's very informative, but you gotta watch him sometimes. He's like the crocodile hunter, but he's the alligator hunter. I think he talks to the alligators more on a daily basis than he talks to people, except for his dog. But you don't know. And Lady D, yeah, she is trying to take care of herself better. I tell her, don't be that medical professional like doctors are the worst patients. You may know everything, but if you don't do it properly, then all that education just goes out the window. You got to be the poster child example. If I tell you this is going to work, then you got to do it too when you need to do it. So, yeah. So there was ice cream recalls like 4 days ago. Yeah, Rubberneck. See, you get what I mean. Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, let me look one more time. Any more recalls? I purposely mentioned ice cream to see if AI is going to pick up on it. Oh, here you go. Newsweek.com just posted 20 minutes ago. FDA issues highest risk warning for chocolate recall. Yeah, I'm going to click on that one because, hey, there's a lot of chocolate in a lot of things, and they're showing chocolate balls. So they look like dark chocolate, and dark chocolate is supposed to be healthy for you in moderation, of course. So I'm waiting for it to load. I did have problems with Microsoft Edge yesterday, not notifying me on the weather. So, okay, those chocolate balls are called chocolate truffles, by the way, and the recall is initiated in 13 states due to potential undeclared allergens, and has been issued the highest risk warning by the U.S. FDA. It's Kilwins Quality Confections LLC, based in Michigan, issued a voluntary recall on Mocha Truffles products on June 25th due to possible presence of undeclared pecans. Pecans! You bet. And given a class one risk classification situation where there's a reasonable probability that the use of it or exposure to it, a valid product will cause serious adverse health consequences or death, according to the FDA. And if you go to Newsweek.com, they do have the list of the UPC codes, the ounces, and all that on there. Okay, and I'm looking at the related articles at the bottom on Newsweek.com. So go to there also for these. Golden Raisin recall sparks life-threatening warning. And then another one is ice cream recall update as FDA issues risk warning. And last but not least, FDA issues highest risk warning for Dubai chocolate recall. So they have 4 more on their related articles. You go to that first article, you'll find the others on the related links. So, and okay, don't be acting up now, Ed. You're doing good. Okay, NBC News reporting 1 dead, 2 missing after group goes over waterfall in Oregon. Yeah. It's probably not good. You come up to a waterfall, don't try to go over it or ride it out because she ain't going to survive. All right. If you go check out the takeout.com, you can find out the best root beer bread is perfectly sweet and spicy. I bet they use jalapenos. No, I'm just joking. It does have spiciness on there. And the Independent is reporting, yeah, Lincoln Park. It's been, I want to say 3 years since the lead singer committed suicide. And they tried to restart the band with a female singer. The Independent.com is reporting that Lincoln Park's Mike Shinoda, he's the other singer in the band, says fans don't like singer Emily Armstrong because she's a woman. Well, I don't think it's the fact that she's a woman. Have you seen her latest performances? She tries to dress like the old lead singer, and yeah, she tries to imitate him too much, which is sort of disrespectful. Even though it was disrespectful of him committing suicide, I know, and he had problems and all that, but still, either way, it's disrespectful. So, and when she first started singing some of the new songs, I don't I didn't like her. It's not because of a woman, it's her voice. She doesn't have that voice. But, that's me. Hey, look, moneytalksnews.com. Popular artificial sweetener linked to strokes and heart attacks. Again. Yeah, all they did is take it off the market and then they brought it back under a new name. That's all they did. And here you go, 21 minutes ago, Newsweek.com. Recall. FDA issues the highest risk warning for mushrooms. Go check out Newsweek.com. If you got mushrooms, don't eat them. And of course, we lost another daytime soap actress. LATimes.com's reporting Elaine Fulton, as the world turns soap star, dies at 91. Well, at least it wasn't General Hospital. For a while there was a lot back to back on General Hospital. And I believe that might be all the recalls for now. Well, here's one that's probably good for you. Go to independent.com. Check out this story. See if you knew about it. See if you believe it. The foods that you didn't know could lower your blood pressure. I don't know because they're showing a picture of some looks like raisin or chocolate chip cookies. I'm believing they're probably raisin, but yeah, I'm gonna save that and check it out myself. And here's another on USA Today. They come in threes. Tom Troop, the actor from Mary Hartman, Cheers, and Star Trek, dies at 97. And here's a story from the MirrorUS.com. The MirrorUS.com. Map shows Oregon wildfire exploding at the nation's largest as terrified towns brace for rare megafire. Yeah, well, I did see a story. It's not confirmed, so Geo and rabbit hole on this one, but supposedly the winds are going to be picking up towards the northwest, and it's going to feed this wildfires to explode. So if you live in any of those areas, please be ready. Have a plan. Have things packed that you want to take, and ready to grab to get out of town if you need to. But that's it on there. I'm going to do the chat, and then we're going to cut it off. So, how you doing, Zeb? Oh, you found bugles. Ooh, hoo, hoo. When I had them, Lady D, to me it tasted more like a corn chip. I didn't taste the salt in them, but hey, they might make them differently for other parts of the country. I don't know. I just remember as a kid getting them, putting them on my fingers like fingernails, and eating my sandwich and biting them off my fingers to use as a chip. Oh, you got the nacho and the original? Yeah, I like the original. I've never tried the nacho, but I saw it advertised, but I've never found them. I probably have to go to Dollar General or, a place like that that probably sells them too. Beach Arm's like, do tell, Trust. What am I going to tell? Dun, dun, dun. Tell about the mushrooms? I don't know. I'd say I'm going to refer you to Cheech and Chong, but they might not tell you in another 30 years. Yeah, yeah. Think about it. Think about it. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I don't know. So what's everybody going to be doing today? I got to unload my wheelbarrow and start moving some stuff before the UVs get out of whack. And then I got to find a box so I can load up some firewood. And eventually I'll take it over to my son's house. He's almost out of wood. So he likes to have those bonfires in the backyard. But, trying to do all one trip stuff since gas has gone up 9 cents. Oh my God. How am I going to survive 9 cents? But, I figured I'd take him wood. He can unload it, and I'll take care of the wasp nest for him. And then he can use my weed eater. Yeah, that's the third thing. I got to give him my weed eater because I was recharging the batteries for it. He did something to his that it doesn't work right. So hopefully he doesn't break mine. And he can weed eat everywhere he needs to. So get her done. So yeah, I can't do Fritos before. I used to be one of the original Frito Banditos. Those have salt compared to the Bugles. Those have salt. And it's kind of funny because I went to Pringles and I bought a big can from the grocery store last time, and they were just like half the can was bland and the other half was like, oh my God. I had the original, but they had a different flavor to them. I think they mixed them in the wrong can or something. So I turned around and ordered the little mini ones from Amazon since it was the same price as the grocery store here. Plus, I was having other things shipped from Amazon, so I just added it on and got the little ones. And the little ones weren't as salty, thank goodness, and they didn't mix them up. I did like the sour cream, the barbecue, the regular, and there was one other. I can't remember the other. I think it was the queso. They're still pretty good. Now, if they can only fix the problem with the tall containers of Pringles, then I'd go back to the tall ones. But I'm just going to buy the little ones now. Yeah, every time you eat Pringles, you think of me. Yeah, because, it's a long tube, right? Just joking, brother. Yeah, Pringles, a long time ago, I was with another creator who were on his stream, and I had a Pringles can, and I passed it out to him, and he brought up his Pringles can. Anybody like Be Charming or Lady Dash Status remember that moment? And whose channel that was? We did that. I passed the can above me when you were seeing my face, and I moved it up, and then he brought it up from below him, like I was passing it to him. Anybody remember what channel that was? He's still around. He just changed his channel name. Yeah, work is crazy because everything's going to hell. If you believe in all the YouTube clickbaiters, all hell's breaking loose. And yeah, the end of the world's coming. Yeah. Yeah, they used to have a jalapeno flavor one, which was really, really good. I'd bought in like 20 cans of that all different times, and I never had one bad can like I had for the originals. But yeah, but just like the Velveeta mac and cheese jalapeno flavor that went away. It went away so bad that Velveeta stopped making it. They sold what they had left on Amazon till they ran out, and then yeah, now you can't find them. So I dehydrate some of my jalapenos, turn them into jalapeno flakes, and I'm at it. And when I make my mac and cheese at home, still tastes. I think probably tastes just the same. Yeah, that zero flavor stuff just doesn't fly with me. What's good with that is, yeah, getting a good queso or Tabasco sauce. Yeah, when they're that bland and dry. Yep, kind of mix it up. Man, I don't know. Hey, oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to check how much gold and silver was real quick. According to Google, it's at 39.30, so it's almost at 40. It may tip over to 40, and that's silver. So look at gold now. If I can spell it right. Gold is at 34.1370. I believe silver's going to hit 40 before gold hits 4,000. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. What other stories did I have? I had quite a few, but didn't really mention most of them. Maybe I'll save that for tomorrow because, all I know is I'm getting ready because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to be triple digits. And then add the heat index. So yeah, we're going to be up there. So I'll post sometime today, maybe this evening, when I'm going to go live. I don't know if I'm going to go in the morning or if I can go in the afternoon. Right now, I'm kind of swaying to high noon, the fact that I can get stuff done in the morning before it gets really hot. But I'm going to see how hot it gets today to see if I'm going to want to work in it tomorrow or not. So I will post it. But it is Monday. Hopefully, everybody has a good day. I'm stalling because Lady D's on a call. I don't want to be rude. And, she said she'll be back. And then we leave and she comes back. She's like, ah, and there's no one to say, have a good day. I guess I'll be that Carol Burnett pulling on my ear, sending Lady D that message. So glad you joined us together. I'm still upset that you killed the jalapeno plant. Yeah, I think Lady D, if she loses any more plants in her garden, she may need to get one of those sunscreen things. Not the expensive ones, but something to cover up direct sunlight where some sun can still come in, but plants will still grow as long as there's sun, they find a way. Importers are still shipping. Of course they are. They don't believe everything mainstream media tells you because they lie. They want to make money, even if it's just a couple of nickels, they're going to do it because they ain't making money if they built the product and they can't ship it. Welcome back. I used to sound like Korshak, but I can't do it anymore. I think it has to do with my lack of alcohol in my system. So the last time I was able to do Horseshack, yeah, I used to drink, but that was like 40 years ago. So yeah, you figure that one out. Yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Remember, be weather wise, be ready. And if you're in a state-prone place for earthquakes, you may want to check out what you have on your shelves, your knickknacks or things you don't want broken, because they're shaking everywhere. It ain't because what they're telling you. Think about it. Reverend X says, my cucumber plants are doing so good, I'm going to be overwhelmed with kooks. Ooh. Ooh. Yay, Beast getting pics. Yay. It's always good to see the grandkids enjoy themselves. Maybe we'll get Rubbernecker to do how I store my cucumbers in a jar with no refrigeration. You know, they do those YouTube videos that show you how to cut the cucumbers up and put them in a jar with, I don't know if it's just straight vinegar or if it's that gel stuff or whatever. And then you seal the jars. Don't even water bathe them and just leave them on the counter. Oh, yeah, the screen cloth and you can't find it. Oh, I know. I hate when stuff like that happens. I'd go everywhere looking. Say, I know I bought this. I know, no. And about 2 days after I've given up looking, I find it. I'm like, you dummy. Put it there. Don't you remember? Now, this ain't pickles, Rubberneck. I'm talking about the cucumbers. I know I said vinegar. It's not vinegar they use. I think it's that gel stuff they use for canning. Or it could just be water. And they put them in jars, close it up, and it's good for like 6 months to a year. Yeah, that's why I don't believe in those glass tops. Oh, vinegar and sugar. Okay. I don't know. I just see the video. I haven't really watched them completely. It's like, cool. There's another freaking vegetable I don't need to water bathe. With salt and spices. Ooh. The cucumber ones, I'd be making cucumber kimchi. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. No cabbage involved, except the little particles that's in the kimchi. And that stuff's like, woo, will make you sweat because it's so spicy. But it keeps mosquitoes away. Yeah, there is a lot of sugar. Wow. I didn't realize there was that much sugar, but hey, maybe that's the new diabetes. It's not the sodas doing it, it's the cucumbers. Even B Charmer says she doesn't do all the sugar. She regulates it her way. Even 1 cup of sugar, ooh, that's a lot. I'm lucky if I go through 1 cup of sugar in about 3 months that I add up to anything and everything. But alrighty, well, I am going to let y'all go. I don't know who else is going live. I've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. And like I said, depending on how hot it gets, I'll let you know what time I'm streaming tomorrow. And yeah, at that point, I will see you tomorrow. Please be safe, hydrate, be weather aware if you got storms coming in. And it's another one of my weather buddies say, when thunder roars, go indoors. You don't want to get hit by lightning. It was nice seeing you too, B. Charmin. So glad you made it back to Florida before all the rumbles, since it was like, what, 30 earthquakes already in Alaska, over 55 in Russia. Japan had a couple of big ones, and yeah, Hawaii's had some. So everybody, please be safe. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly ones, because one day you'll be the elderly one. I keep telling B Charmer she needs to check on her neighbors. Do drive-bys. You see them on the yard, just do a drive-by, be in your golf cart and hit them in the face with a wet loofah. Yeah, tell them they look hot and you're cooling them down. Now, B Charmer doesn't have a golf cart or loofahs, but I'm just tease her about it. You're not elderly, B. Oh, come on. You go to the grocery store naked. At least that's the story it was last year. About this time. Yeah, you're just too tired to put on a dress, so you just went to the grocery store in your flip flops. I bet you turned heads at the produce section, didn't you? No, but anyway, I love y'all. Please be good. Sorry about my sad humor or my French I use, but some things just need to be said. And just so start that relationship with Jesus if you haven't done it yet. Because you may think I'm wrong. I may sound like I'm crazy, but like I've tried telling people that we're non-believers, and they tried saying, "Well, what if I'm wrong?" Well, if I'm wrong, what do I lose out? But if I'm right and I go to heaven and I have to meet the Heavenly Father, think about it. There's nothing wrong about being a good person. We'll never be perfect. We're all sinners. So think about it. Oh, yeah, while you're doing that, let me mention something to talk about. Because today is the 21st. It is Monday. Something important is coming up today. And I don't remember because I do like 3 streams when I make them. So, yeah. So, today is National Be Someone Day. Yeah. So be yourself. Let people know the real you. Yeah. You meet one person, you change their life with a smile or just a greeting. You don't know if these people ever talk to anybody. You know me, I stay home most of the time unless I visit my kids or something. Or I go to the grocery store. And there's some days I purposely don't say nothing to anybody till I hit the cashier. And then there's other days I'm just like, I'm going to make somebody's day. And even if I don't have nothing, I try to see something that just give them a compliment out of the blue. Because you don't know what kind of day they're having, especially they're shopping there by themselves. You know, they'd be having the worst day of their life. And you just saying, hey, I like how that shirt you're wearing brings out the color in your eyes. Or I love that hairdo. Is it new? Doesn't take too long. Yep, exactly, Rubberneck. What do you got to lose? Exactly. Well, I'll tell you this: during all the times I've gone to conflicts, I've seen more atheists turn to God than I've seen people turn away from God. Think about it. I'll be trying. Oh, you're that lady, huh? Yeah. I've seen a lady do that at our store too. The kids wanting that balloon, and the mom's no, no, no. A lady. Well, I won't say old because you're not old, B, but you consider yourself old. So I'm just using it out of respect and using your words. A lady goes up and gives the kid a balloon and pays for it. The mom can't say nothing. And I'm like, there. I was there with my son when I saw that. I said, that lady's got bigger balls than you, son. He didn't like it, but he got the gist of it. He was like, damn right. That wouldn't have given her the balloon. Mama would kick my booty. Yeah, exactly, Rubberneck. He doesn't lie. That's right. You'll never catch him in a lie. Uh, So AB Charm says, I do ask Mom if I could do it for my pleasure. They say yes. Yeah. You play the game nicely. Well done, B Charmin. Yep. In this day and age, why lie? That's the whole freaking thing about it. There's no reason for it. Yeah. It's just easier to tell the truth. But anyway, y'all have a great day. I'm going to try to find my song to play again. Don't worry, it's not, I wrote a song, I wrote a song, I wrote a song. I think I've retired that one. Till I get the new stream up. Like I said, I still got to finish checking the videos out, see if I really want to dedicate myself to that one. What was that song I played at the beginning? I don't even remember. Unfortunately, that's the only one I can freaking do because the way they got it set up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So y'all have a good day. I am working to try to remake my closing video to the original way so I can at least play that this generic way. But by then, I'll probably be on the new stream. Hopefully it'll be better and the audio will be better. And yeah. Then I can start, everybody else could see, wow, it really does work good. And they'll start abandoning StreamYard since StreamYard decided to bend us over and non-lubus. Thanks, StreamYard. Either way, y'all have a very nice day. I love y'all. Thanks for being the best chat and all social media. I got others trying to say that, but we already know. Y'all are the originals on this show. And don't fall for the clickbait. They just want you to click their stuff so they can get money. Yeah. Value your thumbs up before you freaking hit it. All right. Y'all have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye, babies. Oh, yeah. And if you're growing jalapeno plants, protect those jalapenos. You don't know how important they are.